If I'm gonna be alone, then I'll be alone in my car, driving somewhere. It only costs $30 to fill my tank. So I put $30 in my tank and then I drive. That's what I did. I'm driving to Florida. I'm gonna visit my daughter, baby. Yeah, I'm trying to just take my time. I'm not trying to rush. I wanted to take 3 days to get there, drive 5 hours, 6 hours, chill in one state, drive 6 hours the next day to another state, and then drive the rest. Just chill in my car. Before the Rona, this is how I lived anyway. I was always alone. I'm always alone. I travel alone. I go out alone, and I do everything alone. You know? Again, I could be at home alone. Then if I can be at home alone, I could be alone anywhere I want in the world. I'll be alone in my car, on my way to Canada, to Florida, North Carolina, to wherever. I'll be alone. If I'm gonna be home alone, this freaking police, man. These police be hiding. And I got out of state plates. I just caught a cop creeping. So let me slow my roll and move over. Anyway. So I figure if I'm gonna be alone, right? And I'm not gonna have anybody to do things with, or if there's nobody to do things with, because people don't live the lifestyle I live, right? I don't want to live to pay bills. I don't want to work to pay bills. I want to be able to enjoy my life. So when I work for me. When I work, I don't work to pay bills, even though, yeah, I stock up on paying them bills quick, as fast as I can when I'm working. And then I take time off. I take 6 months off. I work for 6 months and I'll take 6 months off. Or I work for 3 months, take 3 months off, and then I'll work another 3 months. I make that money for me, and then I chill. I get on a plane. Listen, my daughter wants to finance a car, right? So I say to her, why you want to finance? I said, think about this. It's going to cost you $400 a month to finance a car. That's not counting the insurance, right? You're 21. Your insurance is going to be a minimum of $250. So you're looking at almost $700 a month for financing. Why don't you save $1,500? Put $300 a week away until you come up with $1,500. Let's go on Craigslist. I'll find you a nice car for $1,500. We'll get it tuned up. We'll buy new tires. We'll buy some hubcaps. We don't need no fancy rims. We'll get it tinted. You get a nice system on it, because all that money you save, right? Instead of putting $700 a week towards paying the car, put that money towards improving it, customizing it, and making it yours, right? Because that makes more sense. She's gonna buy a used car anyway that she's making payments on, and when the car breaks down, which it will, she still has to make payments on it and pay for the repairs. So let's just do that, because that's how I live. So the reason why I'm able to do the things I do, the reason why I'm able to get on a plane with a pocket full of money and fly to Asia and spend 3 months up there, is because I'm not in debt. America got us thinking that if we're not in debt, we're not living. If we don't own a home that we will never own, ever, even after you paid it off, all right? Because if you live in the state of Connecticut, you're gonna pay taxes up the ass. You might as well be paying rent. The house will never be yours. So why get into debt that I'm never going to stop paying on ever? Ever. So I figure I don't have children. I'm not married. I live by myself, except for my daughter who's 21. She lives with me, and she's with her boyfriend most of the time. Why get myself into debt by financing? Everything I told my daughter, I've done. Everything that I said to her, I've done. I don't finance. I save $1,500. I go on Craigslist, and every car I've owned for the past, I don't know how many years, I bought off of Craigslist. And they've all lasted me a minimum of 4 years. And the only reason I don't have any of them today is because every single one of them I got into an accident with. And it wasn't my fault, any of those. But they were great cars and they worked out just fine. And again, because I don't finance and I don't mortgage, I pay rent. So if I want to travel, I pay my rent 3 months in advance, and then I go away. I don't have to worry about the grass. I don't have to worry about paying the water. I don't have to worry that it's winter and I got to winterize. I just leave. And isn't that true freedom? Being debt-free, isn't that true freedom, where you can say, you know what, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Oh, you lazy nigga, you don't work. No, I'm smart. I don't live to work. I work to live. And you got people who live to work. I got everything I need. I got more cars than I need. I got more cars than I need. How many cars can I drive at a time? 1. I have 3. And because I don't finance, I can have 3 cars because I'm not making payments on any of them. And when I get bored, and trust me, I get bored often, I'm one of those people who I need to be doing something. I have to move. And when I get bored, I'll put $30 worth of gas in my tank and I'll go somewhere. You know, we think that we don't have money to do this, to do that. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't cost a lot to put $20 worth of gas in your tank, right? And take your girl from the Bronx to a nice drive in Connecticut or up to Boston and sit at a nice restaurant and chill, you know, or sightsee and see what's out there, walk around in different states. Dude, I guarantee you it won't cost you, if you have a 4-door sedan, probably cost you $20. I had a Nissan Altima 2000. I bought it on Craigslist. I drove it to and from Florida. It cost me $120 round trip. I stopped 3 times to fill it up going to Florida, and it only cost me $20 to fill up the tank. So I figure like this: you don't gotta have it like that to do nice things. And you don't gotta have it like that to go places. Right now I'm driving to Florida. I've avoided every toll bridge because I put my GPS to avoid tolls. And the funny thing about it, this route is faster than the original route I would have taken, which is 95 straight. So it turned out to be a faster route, and I haven't paid 1 toll. So far, it's costing me to drive to Florida. So far, it's cost me about $55, and I'm halfway there. Life is short, people. If you got kids, teach them that they don't have to sit at home complaining about not knowing what to do, or that it's boring, or that they're bored, or that, you know. Because when I was a kid, I didn't know that the world was bigger than the Bronx. I had to figure this out on my own at a late age, when I was 30 almost. This is why I appreciate life and the world that I'm seeing, is because I didn't experience it till I was 30. And I didn't start driving till I was 26. I think that was the first time I got behind the wheel. And I was a monster, bro, because I killed it in a good way. Right after that first driving lesson, I took my test and I passed, and I've been driving ever since. And I haven't stopped. Because I've driven to North Carolina, to Texas, Vermont, New Hampshire, Georgia. I've driven everywhere. Again, I could sit at home. I spend more money at home on things I don't need when I'm sitting there than I do when I'm traveling. Because when you're home, you're bored, right? So you stop buying stuff you don't need, right? You start spending money on things that you don't really need. You don't need them, but you're trying to do something. Get in your car.